There's literally only two options. Either you change it or you cry about it. Now, you know, on this channel, we like to get right into it. So let's start with number one. You're either a victim or a visionary, but you have to pick one. Oftentimes, we find that we stay stuck in situations, in purposes, in work, in relationships that no longer serve us. You know for a fact that you do not see yourself staying in this particular place in the upcoming 5 years, and yet, because you're so afraid to disappoint, you're so afraid to miss out on something, you're so afraid to walk away, you're so afraid to look like the bad guy, that you stay where you are. You settle, you stay stuck, you allow people to talk you into things that you, if you're being honest with yourself, you really have no interest in. It's difficult for you to have a strong spine. It's difficult for you to stand on your own 2 feet, to stand your ground for something, because you're afraid of rocking the boat. You're afraid of shaking the table. But when it comes to growth can sometimes make you uncomfortable. Growth comes when you are ready to let go of the old skin and step into the new you. But the thing about the new you is that you've never been her. You don't know what her day-to-day looks like. You don't know how she thinks. You don't know the people that she meets. You don't know the type of work that she does just yet. But you do know that anything is better than this. Anything is better than where you are now. So instead of staying in your own filth, staying in your own deterred mindset and saying nothing ever works out for me, nobody likes me, I'll never experience love, I'll never experience true peace, I'll never experience that true friendship that it is I want, you have to pull yourself out of that and say, no, the only reason that I'm saying that I'll never experience all these things that I want to experience is because I refuse to move from this moment. It isn't because it isn't attainable to me. It is because I am not willing to put myself out there enough for that thing to find me. We often hear that when people want to start dating, when people want to find a new job or start a new career, you often hear that it is not going to come to you whilst you're sitting on the couch with a bag of chips binging a series. It's not going to come to you while you're hiding away in your bedroom under the covers, doom scrolling on Instagram. That relationship, that new career field that you want to venture into, that new business idea, it's not going to bloom the way you need it to bloom if you are not willing to put yourself out there for it to catch, to latch onto you, for it to find you. You need to be a visionary. You need to go to the places where these things are easily attainable. Find yourself around the people that have already attained the goals that you want to attain, and you'll find it easier to do. Every problem has a pivot point. One thing that I have ingrained in my mind is that problems are invitations to grow. Now, I used to be the person that would panic at the first sight of anything going wrong in my life. And sometimes, I'm being honest with you, I still do. Sometimes I would have a plan that is so rigid in certain things going the way that I want them to, that if the slightest thing happens that throws me off of that plan, I panic. I full on have a mental breakdown. But I had to get real with myself. I had to develop the mindset of a cockroach. Regardless of what happens, I am going to make it work. The most adaptable creature is a cockroach. So why is it that a cockroach could probably survive an atomic explosion, but I can't survive something changing ever so slightly in my plan? Aren't I more intelligent than a cockroach? So why can't I make it work? In trying to build that kind of mindset for myself, I saw problems as an invitation to grow. If I didn't go through this particular situation, I would have never found this avenue. I would have never known that this particular institution was hiring. I would have never started a YouTube channel. I would have never gone out and interacted with persons and formed the relationships that I have now. If it is everything goes according to plan, we would not grow as individuals. We will not grow mentally. We would not develop the emotional intelligence that is necessary to lead a fulfilling and sustainable life. Problems are not reasons for you to throw everything out of the window, throw all of your work, throw all of your self-care and all of these things. There's not an invitation to just give up and say, you know what, this is enough, I'm not doing this anymore. It is an invitation to say, okay, I have never experienced this before in my life. This is absolutely crazy. What can I do in this situation? What is there for me to do? What's my best case scenario right now? And when it is you pull yourself out of that situation, if someone else is facing the same thing that you were facing, you find it so much easier to give them advice, to guide them to the right decision. This literally happened to me yesterday. I was going through something a couple months ago. Well, actually 2 weeks ago, I would have gone through a particular situation and I would have had the worst mental breakdown ever. It was embarrassing even for me. Like, I lost my mind and I just broke down crying and asking why, praying and saying, why me, why is this happening, But when it is I breathed, and when it is I spoke to the persons around me that I know love me and want the best for me, and when it is I took a moment to actually assess the situation and look at all of the options I have and look at all of the plans that I had in place that I'm now able to focus on, all the hobbies I had in place that I'm now able to do more of that I wasn't able to do before, but now I have a lot more time to do them, and these things genuinely make me happy. So as a result, I'm slowly going to become a happier person. I'm gonna become a more productive person. I'm gonna become a softer person. When it is I was able to assess all of that and realize all of that, I woke up every day after that saying, why on earth did I break down like that? I broke down like it was the end of the world, and here I am now, all jolly and all happy. Life is good, everything is working out for me. I'm the most blessed person in the universe. Everything is coming to me. I'm attracting everything that I need. I have everything that I need. I have everything that I want. It's a matter of frequency and mindset. I'm vibrating on the right levels, and I'm enjoying my life the way that it is now. The fact that I'm able to have this sort of thought process, that person that broke down 2 weeks ago would be shocked. So yesterday I would have spoken to a friend that was actually going through the exact situation that I was going through, and the way the advice started flowing out of me, it's like I rehearsed it. Why? Because I went through the entire thing. Problems are invitations to grow. If it is I didn't go through that situation, I would have been trying to grasp at straws, trying to help this other person figure out what to do with their life. And I never want to be in a situation where I'm just telling you to do something just for telling you sake. No. Everything that I speak about on this channel, it's because I have been through situations where I had to face that and I had to come up with solutions. And now, because I have gone through it and I have come up with solutions and I've now lived through it, I can now tell other people, hey, don't do that. Do this instead. Don't you want that for yourself? Aren't there people around you that you care about, that you would love to be a helping hand to them? How are you going to grow as an individual if things don't get rocky from time to time? This thing that we call life is known to get rocky from time to time. However, we need to switch the flip in our brains that sees every little falter as the end of the world into, okay, this is definitely a new lesson. What can I pick apart from this? You don't need more time, you need more courage. And believe it or not, problems make you more courageous. 3, discipline is the highest form of self-love. I know we hear this quite often, but I'm telling you, it's actually true. I'm a very structured person, right? So I might plan out my day. I will have my goals all written out or planned. I journal on a daily basis. I have a fully intact morning routine. I have an entire routine for when it is I'm going to bed to signal to my body that, hey, it's time for bed now. I am a very structured person. And I am a structured person because I know what it's like to just be grasping at straws. I know what it's like to have absolutely no clue what it is I'm going to do next. And as a result, having things in my day-to-day life not work out the way that I would want it to. The emotions that I harbor within me and the way that I take care of myself. I've been in situations where I see what happens when it is I don't do my daily routine. I've been in situations where I've seen what happens when it is I don't drink my water, when I don't eat my veggies, when I don't moisturize my skin. I have created such a good routine for when it is I'm going to bed that if I miss that for one day, if it is I say, I really don't want to do it today. I'm not in the mood. It's way too long. It's way too much. I'm just going to stay on the couch and I'm going to look at something on the TV and I'm going to fall asleep. I have the worst sleep of my life when it is I do that. I wake up multiple times during the night. I wake up in the morning way earlier than I would want to with about 3 to 4 hours of sleep. And I'm ravishingly hungry. I'm craving everything and I'm just in the fridge looking at everything and wondering what to eat. And then when I'm done, my stomach feels off. It feels like I tried to push too many things inside there. Now I'm uncomfortable. Now my stomach hurts. Then everything in the house is just untidy, and then I'm just surrounded by things being disorganized. I know what it feels like. So in order for me to avoid that, I say, okay, we need a routine. We need a morning routine. What is my morning routine going to be? Better yet, how do I want to wake up in the morning? If it is I were the owner of a luxury spa resort and I had high-end clientele, I had persons coming from all over the world to visit my spa, what would I want their morning routine to be comprised of? How would I want their mornings to look? And with that, I created my morning routine. Do I want it relaxed? Do I want to get into a workout? Do I want to have breakfast first? Do I want to go outside and look at the sky and look at the trees and smell the fresh air? How would I do it if I was doing it for someone else? How would you treat the person that you love most? How would you treat your best friend? How would you treat your mom? How would you treat your partner? How would you treat these people if it is you wanted to create a fulfilling and relaxing morning, evening, lunchtime routine, whatever the case may be? How would you treat the person if it was someone else? And when it is you're able to have a good idea of what it is you would do, you flip that around and you do it to yourself. You wake up and you give yourself a cute little pamper. You wash your face and you put on a face mask, and then you go and you have a cup of tea, and then you go outside and you look at the sky and you listen to the birds chirping, and then you come inside and you stretch for a little. Do it for you because you deserve it. A soft life is earned through hard choices. Not every day you want to do it, but you know the consequences of what happens when you don't. The reason you're watching this video is because you're probably at a space in your life where you're just tired of the mundane. You're tired of the day-to-day. You're tired of everything looking the way that it does, and you need to make a change. When it is you make your routines and you stick to your routines, life just becomes that much more peaceful and relaxing. You have a plan to work out every day. You have a plan to eat healthy every day. You find that eventually your skin looks healthier. Your body is trim and you're able to walk long distances, and your endurance is up and your stamina is up. And now you are being praised for all of these great things. Oh my gosh, sis, you look so good. What have you been doing? You know it's because you've been drinking your water and waking up early and having your stretches and drinking your tea. If you weren't disciplined enough to be doing these things, it would have shown. You know what it looks like. Now it's time to flip it. No one's coming to save you, but that's a good thing. When you realize you're the author of your story, you stop begging for a new chapter and you start writing it. If you related to this video, do subscribe because I post quite often.